Hey guys, and welcome back to my Let's Play of LEGO Star Wars The Complete Saga. We are continuing with the Bounty Hunter missions, and we have Mission 11, R2-D2. The vile gangster Jabba the Hutt plans to kidnap bleeding figures in the Rebel Alliance, threatening to hand them over to Imperial forces unless a ransom is paid. Naturally, the evil Hutt intends to take the ransom money, trade his prisoners to Imperials regardless, and pocket a double bounty. A band of vicious bounty hunters has come together to execute Jabba's scheme. Their first target for Mission 11, R2-D2, a lowly droid made valuable by the secret information he contains, high above Tatooine in a rebel blockade runner. Okay, so yeah, technically this is Mission 1, because these were introduced in LEGO Star Wars 2. But I guess you could say a different trilogy. Only now Jabba gets the idea to go after R2 and 3PO. So these are all the ones we had in LEGO Star Wars 2, and it's fair to say there was quite a bit more effort put into these missions compared to those in LEGO Star Wars 1. I guess because these were actually... these weren't just added in for the sake of being there. LEGO Star Wars 1's Bounty Hunter missions, they're just there for the sake of having 10 levels for the prequels. That is their only purpose, and it's probably why there was so little effort put into them. Here, you actually have to go places. I don't know how R2 ended up on the other side of that door, but yeah, here you actually have to go places. You actually have to venture into the levels. Not by much, mind you, but you still have to actually go places. 9 more to go! This is it, guys. The final thing we're doing. So there's still one more little extra part after this, but other than that, this is the grand finale. Oh, I've got a bad throat. So, one thing, this isn't actually going to quite be 100% by the end of this video, because what I still had yet to do was the super stories for episodes 5 and 6. I have since done them, but at the time of this recording, I still hadn't completed them. I immediately went into episode 5 right after finishing this, and then I did episode 6 like a day or two later. So it is now at 100%. Mission 12, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, this text is going to be exactly the same for all 10 characters. It's just the ending that changes. Kind of just like the, whatever. The next target, the legendary Jedi Knight Obi-Wan Kenobi. Now an old man hidden somewhere on the planet Tatooine. What am I thinking of? Oh, the bonus things. The character and mini-kit bonuses. I think Lego City as well. Actually, I think Lego City and New Town are exactly the same. Okay, the annoying thing about this one is that you have the Jawas, and they just attack any droid in sight. And that includes 4-LOM and IG-88. Or 4-LOM, however it's pronounced. And you can't do anything when you're stunned. I don't even think you can switch characters, but that also... you need to make sure that there's actually a character near to you. So I can't really say, but yeah, it only happens twice, thankfully, but it's still annoying when it does happen. Trying to walk on these things is more awkward than you think, because you do actually react to it. Run away, sir, the thermal detonator! Actually, stormtroopers on the sandcrawler. Oh, he got me again. I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense. They do kill all of those Jawas. That spin attack looks so weird. Looks like Mario's spin attack in Super Mario Galaxy. So somehow Obi-Wan Kenobi, a legendary Jedi Knight, got kidnapped by Jawas. Of all creatures, it's Jawas that he gets killed by. Killed by? Kidnapped by. 8 more to go. I'm going to try and keep doing that throughout this. So yeah, as you can see, we do have to go quite a bit further into these levels. So don't expect your time bonuses to be quite as high. I'm not sure if you get the same time limit for each one. That I don't know. And these Bounty Hunter missions, I'm not sure if... I don't know if they're in The Force Awakens. It'd be a bit weird if they were, but they are in LEGO Star Wars 3. Mission 13, Chewbacca. And LEGO Star Wars 3, it's a bit all over the place. Unlike here, prequels no effort, originals effort. Lego Star Wars 3, it depends on the level. It could be something as making your way through a good portion of the level to find them, or you turn around at the very beginning and then they're right there in front of you, which, admittedly, did fool me. Their next target, the courageous Wookiee Chewbacca, last seen in the shady alleys of the Star Wars fanbase. Now, there is one where all you have to do is simply turn around. And I think you then just have to go through a crawl space, but admittedly, it did get me. I don't remember if Lego Star Wars 3 still includes that little radar thing. That would be a really stupid thing to take out, isn't that right, Sonic? You butchered the radar in SA2 and you got rid of it completely in 06. It's kind of the same, it's just you're looking for one thing instead of three. And so this door, the smoke gradually gets, and you couldn't have done that action at a better time, just as the smoke clears. It's kind of a shame that there's a glowy door next to him. It actually makes it look like he's concerned. 7 more to go. We're so close. 160 out of 160. I believe we go. Lego Star Wars 2 is 99. Don't know why they didn't just go for 100, but there's 99. The complete saga is 160. Lego Star Wars 3 is 130. I don't know about The Force Awakens. I don't even know if there's something equivalent to gold bricks in the other LEGO games. Mission 14, Princess Leia. The only other LEGO game I have is LEGO Batman, which I've yet to play. I'll probably end up playing that before I get to the complete saga. Okay, their next target, the Alderaan Senator, Princess Leia, currently a guest of Darth Vader on the mighty Death Star battle station. Yes, a guess. We still have that annoying flashing white thing. It's been doing that ever since the Endgame trilogy. I don't know why that keeps happening. Right, here I think this guy just slaps Boba Fett to death. I think that's what happened. Either that or I got shot. Luckily we don't need to open that door. Although can the stormtroopers take off their helmets? Can that still work? In that case, all Boba Fett has to do is take off his helmet. Although this clone thing has now been abandoned. They decided we're no longer gonna have that. We're gonna have stormtroopers of all kinds for The Force Awakens. Sort of defeats Attack of the Clones, but you know what? I don't like Attack of the Clones. Alright, this part, I keep having problems. So Boba Fett activates. I activate the lever, and Greedo is too late to respond to it. Maybe he died. I'm not sure. So I then immediately activate it again, right as his lever comes up, and then it doesn't. Nothing happens, but the AI is still programmed to do it. So it waits until the lever can be used again, and then he goes and does it. But my one's already gone back up again. I see they're trying to trick you here. Leia is on the left side. She doesn't seem too concerned about the fact that there are a load of bounty hunters come after her. Especially Han Solo, he really isn't worried, and you think he'd be the one that's worried the most. He actually knows what's going on. 6 more to go! See, we actually have to go somewhere into these levels this time. You know, it's not as simple as just going to the right or going to the left like it was for Kit Fisto and Luminara and Dooley. If it's not obvious enough, I am just trying to come up with as much random stuff as possible just to try and get through this final part. Mission 15, Admiral Akbar. Because this playthrough is 74 parts long, and we are essentially just playing through the same game like 3 times. A 4th time if you include Super Story. Their next target, the Rebel Commander Admiral Akbar, stationed on the Rebel base on Hoth. I don't know why they call it Hoth. It's more like Koth. And again, I'm pretty sure like a good third of this commentary must just be me ranting about this phony fan base that Star Wars has. About how all of the criticism in The Last Jedi can be found in the other films. And therefore, why are they problems now when they weren't before and still aren't in the other films? And here's where I forget that 4-alarm can't build because he's a droid. He can use a gun and he can throw thermal detonators, but for some reason he can't build. I don't get it. And 3PO can't move very well, but 4-alarm and IG-88 are clearly capable of full movements. Where am I? Admiral Akbar has no idea what's going on. It's a trap! Also, who's cat? Someone get your cat. 5 more to go. About another third of this LP has simply been Family Guy references. The Star Wars spoofs. Not even any of their other little Star Wars gags, just their Star Wars parodies. I think, anyway, maybe once or twice. Have a great assault, jerk. It's not going to end. Mission 16. I'm not Yoda. Okay, I'm Yoda. Surprisingly, we're not going to Dagobah. You think that'd be where we're going? None of these take place in Dagobah. Because we're actually going to Endor, I think is where we're going. Yeah, it is. Okay. Their next target, Yoda, a Jedi Master forced into hiding when the Republic collapsed, recently spotted on the forest moon of Endor. Because Yoda's allowed to go into hiding, but God forbid Luke does it. Who are we to argue with the wisest of all Jedi? Has any of you ever heard the line, the greatest teacher failure is? I failed at saying that, but anyway. But not according to this phony fan base. You fail once, that's it. The franchise is dead. We're giving up on everything. We're going to accuse you of killing the franchise and deliberately try and kill it ourselves. I don't care if that doesn't make any sense. Neither do we. We don't know what sense is. Literally, it's like he just doesn't have no care in the world. Forget when he decapitates 2 clones in Revenge of the Sith. He just stands there. 4 more to go. He just stands there. Menacingly. Getting so close. I just need to try and come up with a load of terrible commentary throughout for the next 11.5 minutes. We're so close. We're so close. Amidst all of the highly sporadic recording and uploading and everything. Mission 17, C-3PO. And that jerk in the comments section that I've blocked. Because I've seen him in other channels. I know he's a horrible person. And very sexist too, I've noticed. And I will not have sexism on this channel. You know, besides the lack of women. The next Saga is a humble protocol droid whose knowledge of rebel personnel makes him a valuable asset. C-3PO, last seen in Cloud City, and what has to be the weirdest piece of programming in this entire game. So normally when you're playing the level, you'll have Boba Fett up there, he activates the lever, and then you have to activate the other lever so you can get upstairs. But here's what happens. The bounty hunters will follow you up the stairs, and then they give up, turn back around, and then decide to go back down the stairs, and they won't come back up. Because when I was doing this in the test playthrough, that happened as well. And I was so confused. I was like, where did everybody go? I was like, could they not get up the stairs? But no, this time I actually saw them come up the stairs and then turn around again. These guys are all... And everybody else in Cloud City is being much better this time around. Because when I was doing on the first playthrough, they were all trying to shoot each other. They were completely ignoring me. They were trying to shoot each other. I mean, you probably don't have to worry about those stairs if I chose 4-LOM from the beginning. But I didn't. Everybody get out of the way! Bug droid coming through. That's what he looks like to me anyway, some sort of insect. And the 3PO's just up here. And that's that. Probably the easiest one to miss. And one that can fool you. Because yeah, you can go into that other room and still build 3PO. But it won't do anything. 3 more to go. You can just build him and then he immediately collapses. And I was like, oh, what? Oh, you tricked me there. I guess I should have known, but who knows? I could have been fooled. It could have actually been what you had to do. Would have been a nice joke. He ends up getting built by bounty hunters instead of Chewbacca. Because we captured Chewbacca. Although I think you can actually do these in any order. Mission 18, Lando Calrissian. So yeah, you could potentially do mission 20 and then do mission 1. And then 15 and 12 and 8 and 6 and 13. You can do them in any order you want. Their next target, Lando Calrissian, the Baron Administrator of Cloud City, with known rebel sympathies. And we immediately start off as if we took the other lift. And this is where I messed up again because I forgot that there's a protocol droid panel that we needed 3PO to get to, which means only 4 along. But because I'm Boba Fett, I have a jetpack and I just wanted to skip over everything. But no, you can't do that here. The people of Bespin are literally shooting each other. Why are they shooting each other? There's stormtroopers everywhere. There's now an army of bounty hunters coming through the place. But you're shooting each other. Maybe they're like, no, I don't know who to trust. So switch to 4 alarm. Try and jump over the lasers though, everybody else completely ignores it anyway, but luckily I don't need them. Although they can completely ignore it anyway. Well, it's probably because 3PO and R2 are slower, so they struggle to get up there. Excuse me. So all we have to do now is just make our way to the room where we had all of those levers to activate the bridge to the Millennium Falcon. I swear something just popped in there. But why not? The last episode we had battle droids randomly popping in. 4 alarm and IG-88 can just walk right through here. Sort of defeats the purpose of having it in the first place. And there we go. Again, he doesn't seem too confirmed. I don't know why he does that. He just keeps hitting himself in the head as an idle animation. Like, why? What is the purpose of hitting yourself in the head? 2 more to go! We're so close. We get a sort of a prize at the end of this. It's a bit of a downgrade from LEGO Star Wars 2's prize. Even LEGO Star Wars 3 is a pretty decent prize. Actually, LEGO Star Wars 2 still gives you 2 prizes, because you not only do you get like a fountain. There are 2 things you can build outside the hub world. One you get for 60 gold bricks, and that's just the entrance to Lego City. The other is like a fountain that gives you infinite studs. Loads of blue studs. It sort of does it twice. Shoots out a load of blue studs, try and collect them all, then shoots out less of them, and it goes in like a pattern. So lots, little, lots, little. But still, it's a great way of getting you a load of studs. You still have to grind for it, but you get studs. The next target, Luke Skywalker, the great Jedi hero of the Alliance, last seen in the shady alleys of the Star Wars fanbase, once again. Weirdly, you'd think it would be episode 6 Luke. It's actually episode 4 Luke. So he isn't even, like, well, you are not a Jedi yet. You're getting there, though. You're getting there. And he's just up here, so spin this thing around. And then usually for every single one of these missions, the enemies are infinitely respawning. So I do struggle to try and build this. Actually, the main thing I was really two things I was really struggling with when I was doing the practice runs for this was the Admiral Akbar one, because I kept getting shot by stormtroopers, and the R2-D2 one, because I kept getting shot by rebel troopers. Luke, how did you even get up here? It's like you're Tatooine Luke, but you clearly mastered the Force jump. 1 more left! It's 1 more left! So close! And also in LEGO Star Wars 2, in addition to the fountain of studs, you also get, like, I think you get Boba Fett's ship. Like the Slave 1 or whatever it's called, which I don't understand the name of, but yeah, you get Boba Fett's ship. Not much use for it since you've already completed the game, but you get it, if you like that. But you don't really get anything for collecting all of the gold bricks vehicle-wise anyway. Mission 20, Han Solo. You think that Luke and Han would be the first things on Jabba's mind. You know, one's a Jedi and one is Han Solo, but no, they're not. I kind of wish we saw Jabba the Hutt in Solo. Like, he's very briefly referenced at the end of the film, but that's it. Their final target, Han Solo, a former smuggler turned Alliance hero, stationed on the ice planet Hoth, with a rebel base on Hoth, whatever it said. We have our final mission. Build this. And he's in the room with that little train thingy, whatever it is. Just make your way up the ice. Get past the snow troopers, and then we'll be there, and that'll be it. Game will be nearly complete, though it is complete at the time of this audio recording. And that's good to know. Again, never practice with LEGO Star Wars 1 and 2 and then play the complete saga. I mean, granted, you still have to practice, so in the end, you're still got to play the game a lot. You know, unless you've played this game to death, which I haven't, you still got to play the game a lot. You know, I still know where I can find most of the mini-kits. It's challenge mode that's still new to me because I've only played the complete saga once. There it is! We got it! Oh, exactly 150 seconds left. 150? 1 minute and 50 seconds left. I think that's a bit more than 150. No, it's not actually, is it? That's 110 minutes. 160, not 60, it's 160. There goes the epicness of that. That's it, we did it. That's all of the gold bricks obtained. All challenge mode done. I've now done all of Super Story. That's it. 100%. Or whatever it says at the moment, which is like 98? Something like that. Whatever it says. Let's go out and see our prize. What awaits us? By the way, if you stay on that screen too long, Jabba does fall asleep. And by too long, I mean he does it almost immediately. And I really should have turned on the fast build, because I end up with Darth Maul and Grievous's bodyguard. Give me such a hard time. You know, it didn't help that I turned into Qui-Gon Jinn while he was fighting Darth Maul, but still, they give me a hard time here, just to build this. I should have turned the fast build on. I probably could have just turned a bunch of extras on to help me out here. So I eventually get there. He's lost his head. Even the people of Mos Eisley Spaceport. I got the Star Wars fans shooting me and everything. Luckily Boba Fett's on my side. And the AI character decided not to keep shooting me, which they like to do sometimes. I don't know what Darth Maul is doing. He's just watching me and tiptoeing up to me. And by finishing that, all extras unlocked, completely defeating the purpose of the power bricks. Well, now what I don't know is if that actually unlocks the power bricks, or if that just means you can go. If that means you've like bought them, or if you've just unlocked the brick to buy. I don't know, because you know, in free play mode I tend to go after everything, including the power brick. You know, that completely defeats the purpose of it a bit. Then now I get the idea to turn this on. But that's it. So we just have one little extra part to show off. Got a few things in the complete saga, a little bit in 1 and 2. Other than that, that is the end of the game. Because of course, one thing that I have been neglecting are the custom characters. That's going to be one of the first things I show off in the next part. And I didn't reach 4 billion studs, sadly. I must have done that in a different order last time. Alright, I will see you guys next time for the grand finale.